Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Clockertown, Ashland, Massachusetts, for a very special edition of Ashland High School basketball. We've got the freshman game. A little unusual here for us here at WACA-TV, but there you have it. I'm Josh Abrams, joined this afternoon by WACA-TV's newest broadcast team member, Gabby Abrams.
Happy to be joining you today as a guest broadcaster here for this Ashland Clockers game. Freshman boys, their final game of the home turf season against the Big Blue here from Medfield. Really excited to see this boys freshman match, their final home game of the season. Thanks for having me. This is super exciting.
Absolutely, Gab. Good to have you with us. And we'll get started here in just a moment. Among the starters we see out here on the floor for the Clockers, we see number 3, Adam Rozoff, number 11, Tyler Robinson, number 5, Daniel Schwartz, along with number 20, Matt Terry, and number 14, Josh Syatt.
Sure, and for Medfield, we're seeing number 24, Sam Silk, number 25, Luke Lysiandra. We're seeing number 21, Jack Iovino, number 20, Nicholas Genjima, and number 3, Matthew George. Did I get all of them, Josh?
Looks good to me. So we're underway here. Ashland will start with the ball. Of course, in the COVID era here, no jumps to start the game. And Clocker starting on offense. Syatt at the top of the key, dishing to Robinson, over to Schwartz, and back to Robinson, looking for an opening. Syatt pops for 3 from the corner, but it's an air ball. Rebound, Matt Terry. He's surrounded in a double team, trying to kick it back out. Here's another shot, off the mark by Rozoff, and rebound by the Big Blue.
Really strong effort on the Clocker offense there. These teams just met yesterday. Really recent competition against each other. There's a clear height difference between these two teams, but the Ashland Clockers coming out strong. Really want to play strong against this very tall Medfield team.
Couple of nice defensive plays inside by Josh Syatt. First deflecting a pass and then blocking a shot, and now Matt Terry comes down with a loose ball. So still no score here early on in the first quarter. Ashland's Daniel Schwartz drives in, and off the mark, rebound by Medfield. So it looks like it's Jack Iovino with the ball. He gets it stripped. It's recovered by Ashland. And here's Tyler Robinson on a breakaway. He's trailed closely by 2. He stops and gets called for a travel. Tough break for Robinson. And Medfield will inbound under their own basket.
Some good speed. It's good speed exhibited by the Ashland Clockers here. Good breakaway. Unfortunately, we got a little bit of a stop there and called on the travel.
Okay, shot goes wide by Jack Iovino off the top of the backboard. I'm surprised they let that one go. I thought that should have been called out of bounds, but the Clockers have the ball, and they'll reset in the half court. Schwartz driving, gets his shot blocked and recovered there by number 21, Jack Iovino. As Lysiandra brings the ball up, drives the lane against an overmatched Rozoff. That's just a height difference there. And Medfield on the board first, now up 2-0. Just about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Schwartz bringing the ball up now for the Clockers. Over to Robinson.
Ashland demonstrating some nice control, really trying to set up a play here down at the offensive side of the court.
Rozoff with a bounce pass to Syatt at the top of the key. Syatt drives, doesn't get the shot off. It's blocked almost by a double team, and here's a fast break in transition by Big Blue. Layup is no good by Big Blue, but rebounded. They have control out to the top of the key now. 20 drives the lane for the layup and in. That's Nick Genjima with the basket. Medfield now up 4-0. 5.5 to go here in the first quarter. As we take a look over at the Ashland bench, I see Andrew Clay getting ready to check into the game at the next stoppage. Now Medfield's defense really extending out almost to midcourt here. Rozoff under some pressure, off to Syatt, out to Terry on the wing. Pass deflected but recovered by Ashland. Robinson kicking inside to Terry, wheeling and dealing.
Oh, nice play there on the Ashland Clockers, really trying to get that ball inside right before the shot clock buzzer goes off.
That one counts. It counts. So Ashland now down just 4-2. With just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter.
That's really what you want to see in your offense playing out. Really want to see
a 3.
That going down. So nice job on the Clocker side and a real quick turnaround. Medfield's getting that 3-pointer quickly.
So Schwartz now with the ball, resetting here for the Clockers. He drives in, dishes off, over to Terry. Terry shot is off the mark, rebound by Big Blue. Here's a 3-ball attempt, and he knocks it down. That's Luke Lisciandro with another 3. And Medfield extending that lead now. They're up 8, 10-2.
You know, this Medfield team really does have a very strong outside shot. I think we've got to bring out that Clocker defense to the outside a little bit, just to give some bit of blockage for those outside strength for those 3-pointers.
Robinson loses control, and it gets taken away here. The Big Blue in transition, driving the lane, gets the hoop and the foul.
Draws the foul. Looks like a pretty significant substitution happening on the Medfield side, and a couple players substituting. We've got
Quincy Carter's come into the game now.
And Andrew Clay reporting in as well.
And Matt Kulaga.
And Matt Kulaga as well reporting in.
So Nick Evans here, guard, looking to complete a 3-point play after he was fouled. Foul called, by the way, on number 3, Adam Rosoff, his first, team's first.
Sean Watts also reporting in for Medfield. Chase Coughlin has reported in. We also see Ryan Deegan reporting in for Medfield. Roman Schoenfeld coming on in for Medfield.
Quincy Carter loses control, but picked up by Kulaga. He feeds over to Clay, who drives in for the layup and in. That's 2 for Clay.
Nice job, Andrew Clay.
So make it 13-4 now, Medfield, with 3:37 to go in the first quarter. So Clay just into the game and gets the quick hoop. Rebound there by Medfield. They put it back in for a layup. Clay inbounding to Carter. Medfield up 15-4 now, 3:23 to go. Carter under some heavy pressure here by Sean Watts. Gets it off to Rosoff. Rosoff got a nice screen, dishes to Clay for an outside shot off the rim, and Kulaga out-battled for the rebound there. He was pretty much double-teamed under the basket, and Big Blue comes out with it in transition now.
Even this second line offense on the Medfield team's really doing a nice job of setting up their defensive strategy of really getting in there for the rebound. So Ashland's got to be really ready for that.
Okay, so Sean Watts had taken a 3, missed, followed his own shot with the rebound. No points scored. And now we've got a foul called here on number 23, Ryan Deegan of Medfield. So now Ashland will inbound and bring the ball up. This is Quincy Carter now with 2:44 to go in the first quarter. Kulaga here at the top of the key. Okay, moving the ball around nicely. Quincy Carter out on the wing, drives the baseline, kicks it back out to Kulaga. 8 on the shot clock. Kulaga fires and in.
And
2 points for Matt Kulaga. And now 15-6.
15-6, 2:22 left in the first quarter.
Some good aggressive defense there by Carter, but Big Blue able to recover. And here's a drive, foul, and foul on the floor. I think we're not going to count that one. Okay, substitution here is Sharon Parcha comes into the game for the Clockers. Foul called on number 4, Quincy Carter, his first, team second.
Looks like Chase Coughlin's also coming into the game for Medfield.
There's Sean Watts driving the lane, and he is denied. Ball trickles out of bounds. It'll stay Big Blue with 2:06 to go in the first quarter. Okay, dangerous play there. Ryan Deegan is denied. It looked for a moment there he might have been called on a carry. No whistle. There's a nice entry pass there down low to Carter. He can't convert on the layup, and Big Blue in transition. Rimmed out. Rebound Andrew Clay. And we've got a travel call. That one could have gone either way, Gab.
Absolutely.
So like Parcha ran into Matt George of Big Blue.
Absolutely, it looked like a turnaround quick play, and I thought he was gonna make a quick getaway there.
Okay. George misses on the 3-point attempt. Here's another attempt from the other wing, air ball, but inside, and that one's gonna count. Basket scored by number 23, Ryan Deegan.
It looked like a behind the back foul on the Ashland Clockers.
So that one's called on Parcha. his first, team's third. And now Deegan going to the line to shoot 2. Rebound by Big Blue, they reset. Here's a attempted drive. And we've got a foul call. Looks like this one's going to go against Clay, his first. Foul was not on the shot, not a shooting foul, so Big Blue will inbound here on the near sideline.
It's a tough spot to collect a foul, but we'll try and get back into the action. And looks like another foul has been
That's right.
called against the Clockers.
So that one is called on Parcha again. He hasn't been in the game long. He's already drawn his second foul, and Deegan's going back to the line to shoot 2. So Deegan hits the first one, putting Medfield up 18-6 with 1:18 to go. Just a reminder, folks, that the Clocker Club recently announced its golf tournament to take place on Thursday, May 20th at Blackstone Country Club in Sutton. For more information, go to clockerclub.org/golf. Deegan hits them both, and now Medfield's up 19-6 with almost just over a minute to go here in the first quarter. Carter will set things up here in the half court for the Clockers.
It's a real chance for the Clockers to get themselves set up and an
Turnover,
opportunity
Sean
turned over.
Watts. Nice pass down low, and they convert. It looked like it was Deegan again with the hoop. Carter forcing it back up quickly, trying to catch midfield before they can set up their defense. Kalaga driving the baseline. Dishes to Clay, off the glass, no good. Rebound by Big Blue.
Ashland's got to get back and set that defense really quickly and make sure that they can prevent those outside shots, stand tall, and prevent those fouls.
Okay, about 35 seconds to go in the quarter. 16 on the shot clock as shot goes wildly wide. Clay with the rebound, gets it out to Parcha, who's going to drive up the near sideline here. Off to Pelletier, to Clay. Clay scores again. I think that's that 4 for him today, 4 or 6.
Yeah, that was a great look for Braden Pelletier across the key to Andrew Clay, who is wide open. Great assist.
Okay, final seconds ticking down here. Turnover. Carter may have a chance. He gets stripped of the ball. It's still loose. Clay over Carter for 3. Comes up short at the buzzer.
Smart look for Andrew Clay as he looked across at that clock winding down really quickly and make that that shot
in traffic
at the last second. Always like to end the quarter with a little bit of excitement.
So while we have this break in the action between the first and second quarter, I want to let you know the game of basketball was invented by James Naismith in Springfield, Mass. in 1891. This history moment brought to you, of course, by the Ashland Social Studies Department, who reminds you that those that fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, Josh always loves to give a shout out to all those in the history of the world. So I want to give a shout out to all those who are watching today, all those parents who are there for Medfield. Thanks for supporting your student athletes to be here today. All those parents who are there from our hometown of the Ashland Clockers, thanks for supporting your student athletes, for being here today. We know it was a short season, but we're so glad that they're here, they're safe, and we're able to watch them play. It's super exciting to watch them play today.
And of course, we want to thank you, the audience, for joining us here this afternoon on WACA-TV, whether you're on our Facebook or YouTube feed. It's good to have you with us. It's the final day before February school vacation. And it's a cold one here in Clockertown, but the heat's on here in the gym. 21-8 as we start the second quarter. So Pelletier, Schwartz, Parcha, Kulaga, and into the game, I think for the first time, Arush Sharman. That's your starting five to start the second quarter for the Clockers.
Absolutely, and it looks like we've got Luke Leasandri, we've got...
Nice give and go as Lysiandra scores.
Ryan Deegan, Sam Silk. Moving quickly, Matthew George.
Just to remind folks, we are doing this game without a spotter, so we're your all-purpose announcers here this afternoon. Turnover here by the Clockers. And a home run pass off the mark, rebound by Big Blue. Another rebound by Big Blue. Not a great shooting percentage so far in the first quarter for Big Blue, but they do have the lead 23-8. Here's another attempt, and this time goes in for Ganjimi. 2 points for him, 25 for Medfield. They're up 25-8. Early action here in the second quarter.
Daniel Schwartz trying to keep things under control, trying to set up his offense as we start the second quarter.
Okay, pass intercepted. Pelletier trying to get it inside. Intercepted by Medfield. They're quick in transition on offense. Wheeling and dealing, and that's a hoop for Jack Iavino. And we have a timeout on the floor. Clockers calling timeout. They're down 27-8 with 6:51 to go in the first half. While we have a quick break here, I want to remind our Ashland fans that registration for the Fall 2 season has been extended to Sunday, February 21st. Fall 2 sports include football, indoor track, cheer, swim and dive, and girls volleyball. Go to the Ashland Athletics website for more information and register today.
I think the indoor track has quotation marks around it. I think there's going to be a lot of indoor quote unquote, outdoor
So
activities.
but it is track.
It is track.
Okay, so the quote's more around the indoor.
There'll be running involved, but I think there may be running that happens outdoors, perhaps.
Okay.
Running that happens outdoors, indoor. Typical indoor that happens outdoors.
Did they consult with Puxatawny Phil? Because we're getting 6 more weeks of winter, according to the Groundhog. It's going to be a tough season for indoor track running outside.
It'll be happening. I think that's all that matters. Looks like we have some great fans who are watching the game today. So give us a shout out. Tell us how we're doing. We're trying to keep this game enjoyable. Remember, we're just trying to keep it fun and keep the spirit alive. We're so proud of these student athletes. So glad you're with us today.
And be sure to stick around. This is just game 1 of an Ashland boys basketball triple header, as JV's following up after today's freshman game, and then of course varsity at 6:30 tonight. All, of course, here on WACA-TV, your exclusive home for Ashland High School sports.
Back in the action here, we had an attempt to set up some great offense here on the Ashland Clocker side, and a quick turnover to Medfield. Now it's a quick turnover back to the Clockers. We're at 27 Medfield to 8 Ashland. 6:26 left in the second quarter.
As we've got a quick substitution by the Clockers, Syed enters the game for Kulaga.
It's great that both teams have such a deep bench. It's good these guys have an opportunity to really share the load on the court. It's really hard to play with masks. This is a whole new ball game when you're playing with masks during this COVID era. They're working hard out there. They're pushing themselves. It's a true testament to their athleticism and their commitment. And it's really terrific that they have an opportunity to have this many exchanges and substitutions. So good that they can help each other out as frequently as they can.
Absolutely. In the meantime, there was a little miscommunication under the basket by the Clockers on the offensive side. Josh Syed with a nice defensive play to prevent a basket by Medfield. Medfield now with the ball, 6:03 to go in the first half.
Oh.
Shot goes off the mark, but rebound Medfield. Connecting there is Lysiandra for 2.
Scores at 29-8. Medfield, 5:49 left. Daniel Schwartz bringing the ball up and draws the foul. And Adam Rozoff brings in the ball on the sidelines.
Foul called on Nick Evans, number 3 on Medfield. Sharman off the mark. Rebound Medfield, fast break, splitting the defense. Shot is off the mark, ball's loose underneath, but recovered by Medfield, kicking it back outside. Some great ball movement here by Big Blue. Back out, this is a 3-ball attempt. Kaboom!
And another.
Okay, so that is Lysiandra for 3. Puts Medfield up 32-8. 5:14 to go here in the first half.
This Medfield team clearly has worked hard on those outside shots. They have beautiful 3-point shots. Really have worked hard on those. And Josh Syed with the ball at the top of the key. Takes a nice shot. Oh, just misses.
Rebound,
Good rebound
Clockers.
with Robinson and
Sharma.
outside.
Sharman. Ball goes out of bounds on Arush. And we get some substitutions as Matt Terry steps back into the game here for the Clockers.
Medfield taking it out at the opposite side of the court. And Ashland on defense.
Lysiandra drives, fouled, no basket.
Looks like draws a foul on Matt Terry, number 20.
Okay, Lysiandra going to the line to shoot 2. Hits the first one to put the Medfield up now 32-8.
Correction, it looks like that was a foul called on number 3, Rozoff, and his first foul of the game.
Shot is wide of the mark, but inbounded. Sorry, almost recovered by Medfield, stepping on the baseline and out of bounds. So it'll be Clocker ball under their own basket. Schwartz going to reset the offense for the Clockers here with 4:40 to go in the first half.
Clockers are showing good patience here as they set up their offense.
Matt Terry has set up a screen. Yeah, you saw it. You saw it.
Absolutely. Nice pick set up by Matthew Terry. And Medfield turnover. Here we go. Back to the defense for the Clockers. And Ashland standing strong. Clockers have to avoid the fouls down here. They're in a bit of foul trouble towards the end of, or the middle of the second quarter.
Okay, ball was loose and battled for under the basket side. It seemed to come out with it, but the whistle blew. Possession arrow favors the Clockers, so they'll get the ball under their own basket as Medfield makes wholesale changes, something we usually see the Ashland girls varsity team do with the shortened season, few practices. They just substitute in full units at a time. So we just saw Big Blue make that change. Clockers sticking with their 5. Schwartz looking for an opening. Dishes to Robinson, who drives. He was in heavy traffic there. And the ball is turned over. Sai putting some pressure on here on Roman Schoenfeld. And then pulls it back. So Schoenfeld will set things up here for Big Blue.
All right, Medfield parents, I'm working hard. I'm going to get all your players' names in just a second to let you know who's reported into the game. I just need a couple extra seconds.
There's a nice turnover forced by Syed. Rozoff wheeling and dealing, drives the lane for 2. Ball's
great
off
attempt.
the mark.
Great attempt by the Clockers.
So Medfield reset here on offense.
So currently on the court for the Medfield Big Blue are William Berglund, Chase Coughlin, Matthew George, Roman Schoenfeld, and Sean Watts. Working hard for these Medfield Big Blue team.
Tyler Robinson with a big steal here, and now Ashland resetting on offense. Ball's on the far wing, and then back up top to Robinson. Addition to Rozoff, looking for help. Cross court to Matt Terry, puts it on the floor, and then pass is intercepted by Medfield's Matt George.
Yeah, Matt Terry had the right idea, trying to hit Josh Syed down at the bottom. Intercepted by a strong Medfield's defense.
Okay, shot goes wide, Clockers recover. Syed pressing here on offense. Trying to get something set up before Medfield can set up on D. Here's Schwartz for 3. Kaboom! Nothing but net by Schwartz. So that makes it 11 points for the Clockers. They're down 33-11 with just under 2.5 to go in the first half.
The strong basket by Daniel Schwartz at the top of the key, just to help boost a little bit of confidence. Good to see. Now they need to stay strong on defense at the bottom of the second.
Okay, we got a foul called here against the Clockers, but before the shot. Gab, I got to tell you, on that last series, I think that was Schwartz's first shot of the game. And Cool as a Cucumber knocks down the 3 from the top of the key. I think we're going to have to start feeding the hot hand.
That was fun to watch.
So going to the line now is Roman Schoenfeld. This will be his first visit to the charity stripe. He's shooting 2. So I guess I had seen initially the referee wave off the basket. So I guess it was there was no basket, but
right.
It is a shooting foul. Schoenfeld's wide of the mark. Rebound, Josh Syed. Pressing ahead. He had Robinson. Errant pass. Recovered by Carter, who forces up a shot. Can't get the roll. Rebound, Big Blue. Under 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Josh Abrams with Gabby Abrams on WACA-TV. Glad to have you with us.
Ashland was playing a little bit of a different type of offense down there, trying to get a little bit of a backdoor play in. Didn't play out for them, but it was creative at the very least.
It's an uncontested 3. It's wide of the mark. Bounces around. Terry had it momentarily. Knocked out of his hands by Medfield, and it'll go Ashland way. Syed to inbound under the basket.
Just a quick check on the score. We're at 33-11 Medfield right now. About a minute and a half remaining in the second quarter. Or I guess in the first half.
So here's Schwartz with the ball. Terry's trying to set up a screen for him, but Schwartz drives the lane. The finger roll doesn't fall. Medfield has it now with 1:13 to go in the first half. So here's Sean Watts feeding inside. Nice pass as he had Matt George open underneath. George is fouled.
Looks like a foul on Robinson right underneath the basket.
Correction, that one actually called on Josh Syed, his first. So, George going to the line. They're in the bonus, so this will be 1-1.
Yep.
Can't get it, but Medfield gets the rebound. Syed with some good pressure, diving. Great effort on the floor.
Great hustle, great hustle.
We get a jump ball, and the arrow favors Ashland. 1:01 to go. Well, I thought arrow favored Ashland. It's going to go Medfield way. So they're going to inbound here. This is Chase Coughlin inbounding. Sean Watts looking for an opening. Back to the top of the key for three. Rimmed out, but rebound Medfield. Put back up by Coughlin, and that's good for two. We're 50 seconds to go in the first half. 30 on the shot clock, so Ashland doesn't have to play for last shot here. Schwartz dishes to Robinson. He's going to drive the lane, or running one-hander off the front of the rim.
Looking to make something happen, but it happened too quickly. Trying to rush, slowing it down.
Great effort by Carter, but it's turned back over to Medfield, excuse me. Thought we saw some extra steps there. Syed with the rebound, stripped but recovered. Up the near sideline to Robinson. He's got the defense beat. Great defensive play there by number 10, Sean Watts, but a ball goes out of bounds on Medfield. It'll be Ashland ball on the near sideline. Shot clock is off as we have 18.6 seconds to go, and the timeout called by Ashland's John Knoll.
You know what, Josh? I'm looking at 18.6 seconds left in this half. I'm channeling a little bit. I've got to admit it. I'm channeling Hoosiers a little bit.
You know, I knew you were going to go that way.
I'm wondering what would we do, and what would we do? 18.6.
Are you thinking picket fence here?
I'm thinking picket fence.
Yeah.
I'm thinking picket fence. I'm thinking you end the half with picket fence.
Well, while we have a quick break, just looking back at Medfield's week. In the Battle of Meds on Monday, Medfield lost to Medway 50-35. And last night, Medfield beat Ashland 60-31. This look back at Medfield's games is brought to you by the Ashland English Department. If you heard the 5 M words in that recap sentence and recognized it as an example of alliteration, the English Department says, "You're welcome."
Shout out to all of our educators out there. You just rock. You're doing a great job this year. We appreciate you, all of our educators. Thanks for doing such a great job. Our student athletes wouldn't be student athletes without our educators.
Okay, and Gab, without thinking, what's your favorite subject? Quick.
Oh my gosh. Theater arts.
Ashland inbounds the ball
here.
Here
We go, picket fence.
We got a crash on the floor, and a foul's going to be called. It looks like it's on number 23, Ryan Deegan. So now 13.4 seconds to go. See if Ashland changes up the play or they go with Gabby's picket fence. Inbounding to Carter, inside to Syed. Back inside to Terry, who gets
and
fouled.
Draws the foul.
And he'll go to the line with 9.3 seconds to go in the half. Looks like that one's going to be called on number 13, Matt George. His first. Terry at the line to shoot two. A little too hard off the glass. Terry unable to hit either of those foul shots, so it's still 35-11. 6 seconds to go in the first half as Watts drives the lane, gets the hoop, and that will do it for the half. So at halftime, it's Medfield 37, Ashland 11. This game score update is brought to you by the Ashland Math Department. If you know Ashland is down by 26, be sure to thank your math teacher.
Thanks for the score update, Josh.
So here we are at the half, Gab. Any analysis? What can the Clockers look to do to improve here in the second half?
You know, I really think that the Clockers need to just slow down, play their game. They need to set up their offense. They need to really think about what their play is, set up the plays that they know how to play. They also need to get into their defense. I couldn't even tell if they were getting into the zone or if they're man-to-man. Medfield was moving so quickly and just getting so many opportunities to shoot. They really need to get into their offense and their defense setups. Everything was moving so fast, and they need to play their game. So we know they've got it in them. Certainly the speed is on Ashland's side. The height is on Medfield's side. But speed has a lot of opportunity. So we know they can do it, and let's tighten up this game in the second half.
Okay, sounds good to me. Any clockers or warriors that you'd like to call out for first half effort so far?
Oh, I think both teams are great. I'm just so happy to be here. I think both teams are great, and I do want to give a shout out. We've been talking about the parents, and shout out to the parents who are here, and I'm so glad that our parents get to see. I wish you guys were all here. This is so exciting to be able to see. My son is behind the camera, so he's here. I wish you could see your kids playing. Shout out to all the administrators. We already gave teachers a shout out. I also want to give a shout out to our central office administrative teams, to Mr. Adams and Dr. Kyra, and also to the superintendents and assistant superintendents of Medfield, my buddies, Dr. Marsden and Dr. Power, who are good buddies of mine too. So shout out to all of them as well. Good to see these teams get to play today.
Absolutely, and of course you mentioned our son, Chase, who's behind the camera. I also want to be sure to thank Connor Donovan, our executive producer, who's making all this happen behind the scenes. We can't do this without them. They certainly make us look good. So welcome back now, second half action. And Brennan Pelletier will inbound here for the Clockers starting the second half. Adam Rosoff here, the other guard, looking to set things up offensively. Inside, that was Andrew Clay for two. A little surprised we didn't get a foul called. I heard the slap, but no whistle.
Ashland Clockers are already starting off with a
Clay with a big steal.
Strong and a firm offense. So great job setting it up. Strong setup with Adam Rosoff at guard, and a clear offensive play. Good job on defense with Andrew Clay with the steal, and now Medfield takes it in.
Clay making his presence felt at either end of the court here early in the second half. Medway with the ball at the top of the key. Medfield, I keep doing that. Medfield at the top of the key.
We can cheer on Medway. We can cheer on Medway too. We love our Medway friends.
I'm telling you, all these M's and the alliteration, it's just getting to me. So here's Rosoff now with the ball. There's a nice rebound there by Parcha. Clay kicks it back outside to Kalaga for three. Off the mark. Rebound Medfield.
Right idea on the part of Matt Kulaga. Way to take some courageous shot, and just one more second, I think he would have gone in.
Great execution, just couldn't get the roll there. Here's Medfield for three, off the mark, rebounded by 21 Jack Iavino. He drives the lane with a reverse layup and in.
That was pretty.
Yeah, Medfield up 39-13 now with about a minute 10 gone by here in the second half. I'm doing a lot of math in my head, Gab.
I know, that's
never want to see that happen.
There is math involved.
Here's the turnover, and Medfield on the fast break. That's Lisiandro with the hoop and the foul. Not sure if we're starting to see a little frustration building in here on the Clockers' part, Gab. He pretty much had that basket, kind of an unnecessary foul there.
Well, I think this is what we saw a lot in the first half of the game. I think as soon as it turns into Medfield's game, which is that real fast-paced turnover, I think that's where Medfield's sweet spot is. They play real well in that space. I think Ashland's it feels better in the real setup space, and we've just got to slow it down and get into that setup space for them so they feel more comfortable.
Okay, well, that foul was called on number 3, Adam Rosoff, who has been taken off for a rest. He's already on his 4th foul early here in the second half. Kalaga with the ball at the top of the key, under heavy pressure, over to Clay outside on the wing. Gets out to Schwartz at the top of the key.
There you go. Taking the time to set it up.
Schwartz wheels and deals, can't get it to fall, and now Medfield again in transition. They've got numbers. And that's another hoop there for Iavino, almost in slow motion, driving the lane. Medfield now up 42-13.
And Daniel Schwartz bringing the ball up again, setting up the offense.
How do you like that lettuce on Schwartz? I'm talking about his haircut, Cam.
I was gonna say I don't know what lettuce. I don't know what lettuce means. Now
I thought you watched enough Red Sox with me. You would get that that reference.
Now I understand.
There's a deep three for Schwartz. Air ball.
Too deep. Too deep.
Great effort by Clay to try and keep that one in bounds, but it to no avail. It's going to be a Medfield ball here under their own basket. 42-13 Big Blue with 5:30 to go in the third quarter.
Too deep. I like the Schwartz quaff. I definitely like the Schwartz quaff.
I'm waiting for you to make the Spaceballs reference. You know, may the Schwartz be with you. And that one rolls around and in for Medfield, extending their lead now 44-13 with just over 5 minutes to go in the third period.
It's a lot of COVID quaff out here. We've got a lot of.
Did you just come up with that?
I think I did.
The COVID cough, I like it.
I think I did. It's another alliteration. You made a. You inspired me. Inspired me with the alliteration.
So ball was loose here on the near sideline, out of bounds on Big Blue. So Clockers will inbound. This is Brendan going to inbound here for the Clockers. Just under 5 to go in the third quarter.
It's like Kevin Bottas just joined the game. I think this is his first entry into the game for the Ashland Clockers for today.
Clock under heavy pressure here. Ball's turned over, and here goes Iovino dishing off. So an unselfish play there. Ball is still bouncing around. They're just getting out rebounded incredibly, the Clockers are. And now here's a rebound by Pelletier. Comes up with it, gets past one player, kind of got boxed into the sideline, his pass gets blown out of bounds.
So just want to celebrate good sportsmanship that happens right in front of us, right, Josh? So we had an Ashland player down on the ground. Just want to celebrate the fact that a Medfield player lended a hand to get him up off the floor. I always appreciate the fact that we lend a hand when other teams' players are on the floor. So thanks so much, 24. Sam Silk, appreciate the hands to help our players up off the floor when they're down.
Sam Silk, that name's familiar. I know a Sam Silk who goes to Camp Tevye.
I think it's the very same.
Oh, there you go. So some good passing underneath by the Clockers. They can't get it to fall.
Everyone's there for the rebound, and we have a jump ball. Oh, looked like it was actually called on a foul.
Yeah, we got a foul called on the Clockers, so Medfield will inbound under their own basket.
Just a score update, Medfield 46, Ashland 13, 4:11 remaining in the quarter.
There's a pass attempted inside, but intercepted by Daniel Schwartz.
Excellent effort by Schwartz under the basket.
Ball still loose, but Medfield comes out with it. They're going to reset at the top of the key. That's Deegan for 3, and he nailed it.
It was a great Medfield shot. I think Daniel was playing the part of a forward in that in that scenario.
He's going to drive the lane here. Can't get it to fall. Rebound Medfield. This is Sean Watts with the ball now for the Big Blue.
I think the Clockers are looking for some strength down bottom, and I know that they're feeling that they don't have it. So
okay, kicks it outside. That's Coughlin off the mark. Rebound Clockers, but we've got a foul under the basket.
Yes.
This one's going to go against the Big Blue, and Clockers will inbound under their basket. I want to give a quick shout out here to Quincy Carter. Had to celebrate a birthday earlier this week, so happy birthday, Quincy. Daniel Schwartz starting with the ball now. Gets it down the wing here. It's Kulaga back to Schwartz. Under heavy pressure, dribbles out of it, drives the baseline. Inside to Bottas, who can't get the shot off. Gets blocked. Kicking it back outside to Quincy, who's back on the floor. Schwartz for 3. No good. Rebound attempt by Bottas, but out of bounds.
Great effort on Bottas, who just joined us in the game. Good hustle. Way to try and get down there to get the ball in the game.
So Medfield starting things off here. Roman Schoenfeld bringing it up for the Big Blue. Rebound Bottas. Ball still loose. Recovered by Medfield. And a circus shot somehow finds its way in. That's Ryan Deegan with the hoop. And he'll go to the line to try and complete a 3-point play. Okay, Deegan hits the free throw, making the score now Medfield 52, Clockers 13. with just under 2:40 to go in the third quarter. Schwartz will bring the ball up for the Clockers. Botts is setting a pick. Getting Schwartz over to the left side to Pelletier. Back over to Kalaga. Has a little trouble handling the pass. Into the corner for Carter. Double team. Dribbles out of it. To the top of the key for Schwartz. He had the shot. Decides not to take it. Back outside to Kalaga. Under 5 on the shot clock now. They're going to have to hurry. There's Schwartz. He doesn't realize it. Gets the shot off, but can't get it to fall. So we're going to have a turnover here with 2:09 to go in the third quarter.
I think there was a great effort there to try and really pass the ball, move it around the key, try and find the open man, and I think it just wasted. We waited too long there.
Okay,
Finding that happy medium, that sweet spot, has been a tough time for the Clockers today.
Okay, another rebound by Medfield. Loose ball, Deegan can't get it to fall. Botsis with the rebound, puts it on the floor and then thinks otherwise to get it over to Schwartz. Long pass up ahead to Pelletier, drives into the lane, facing 4 bodies and draws the foul. Be interesting to see who the refs decide committed this one. And if you had Ryan Deegan, you're today's winner. He gets called for his 3rd. Pelletier at the line to shoot 2. Cool is the other side of the pillow, Gabby. Nails the first foul shot.
I never understood that saying.
You're kidding.
No.
When you wake up and you flip the pillow over and it's so nice and cool and comfy.
And the second one doesn't go in, but we were able to get the rebound, and
Kulaga for
2.
Great play there to be able to turn a missed free throw into a bucket.
52-14, Medfield.
Okay, running one-hander doesn't fall, but
Shot
Medfield
by
had the presence under the basket.
Miss. Rebounded and scored Medfield.
Yeah, I think that was William Berglund with the basket.
It was.
So 54-16, just over a minute to go in the third quarter. Pelletier looking to do something. Schwartz gets the pass. Botsis underneath, gets it back to Schwartz on the far wing. Brings it back up toward the top of the key. 10 on the shot clock now. Pass over to Carter, drives the baseline. Can't quite get the shot up, but a great rebound, a great read by Botsis and a putback.
Way to be in the right place at the right time. That's what you want to do when you have that height under the basket. Really get in there for the rebound and go right back up at it.
I'll tell you, Botsis read that perfectly, and he broke right to where the ball was going to land and had the quick putback. That's his best play of the afternoon, I would say. This 3 is short. Rebound by Kulaga.
Good hustle, Kulaga.
Thought about the fast break, but got triple teamed, but great effort there, knocking it out of bounds. So 30.1 seconds to go in the third quarter. Medfield will inbound, and they're up 54-18. Carter putting pressure on ball carrier, that's Roman Schoenfeld. Dances away from Carter inside to Berglund. Back up top for 3. And he nails it. Not quite as clean as some of the others, but that's a 3-pointer for Chase Coughlin. Under 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Schwartz with the ball. He's going to drive the lane and get called for traveling.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's the right idea. I think Daniel was looking for, gathering as many points as he could in these last seconds.
And what do they say, Gab? Why walk when you can take the bus, right?
Again.
So we're going to have to see how they call this one. The buzzer said, the whistle blew and then the buzzer sounded. We're going to get a conference here at midcourt by the referees. It seems like they've got their story straight, and they are going to call the foul here, I believe, on number 42, Kevin Botsis.
Number 4. Looks like it's Quincy Carter, no?
Yeah, that seems to be what they have up on the board right now, but I didn't think Carter was near the ball when that whistle blew. So here we are at the end of the third quarter. Medfield up 57-18. Gab, it's your first time broadcasting. How are you feeling? I know you're a little nervous coming in here, but I got to tell you sound really smooth, professional, confident.
I was so nervous. I was so nervous. And I don't know who's listening today, but I left my office today, and I let everyone know I was so nervous, and I don't know who's listening, but I do want to just Send a thank you and a shout out to Ellen and Karen and Armand in case you're listening, or if you had a couple minutes to listen today to say thanks if you're sending good vibes. And I was so nervous because there was a lot of pressure.
Okay, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, please be sure to add your comments, give some support to Gab, because this is not easy to do, and I really applaud and appreciate her courage in coming out here and doing this for us today.
Wanted to do it, wanted to celebrate this last game for these guys. This last home game, rather. They've worked really hard, and some of my favorite people are parenting these guys. So glad that I could be a part of it, and glad that I can join my boys doing some of their favorite things. Starting the fourth quarter strong, I'm going to try and name these Medfield players so that these parents can be super proud too. So just give me a couple seconds to get caught up on this action.
Well, the first one I can tell you, Gab, is Luke Lysiandra.
You got it. He just scored big.
He's on the receiving end of a nice give and go to open fourth quarter here, scoring for Medfield. Ashland looking to do something. Here's a shot quickly, but off the mark here by Arush. And now Medfield with the ball.
Yep, looks like Sam Silk and Luke Luciandra and Jack Iavino and Nick Gangimi and Nicholas Evans are starting the fourth quarter here for Medfield. So hope your parents are strong, guys. We're starting the fourth quarter here in Ashland.
And we'll need to acknowledge, of course, that Medfield's Sam Silk just buried a three to extend the lead now. Medfield 62-18. Josh Sy looking to make something happen here. Gets an open shot and drains it. Nothing but net for Syed. And Ashland has 20. Great
shot for Josh Sy to start the fourth quarter, and a great shout out to the Syatt family, who are probably beaming with pride right now. The S in the stack is strong.
So some great ball movement here by Medfield, but they can't get the shot to fall. Ball is loose. They get a fresh shot clock off to the far wing, and then inside a nice cutting play here. Can't get the roll, but yet another rebound and another fresh shot clock for Medfield. Here's Jack Iavino for three off the mark, and finally a rebound by the Clockers as Arush pulls it down. And now Adam Rosoff, despite having 4 fouls, is seeing some fourth quarter action here. He'll set things up for the Clocker offense. Kicks it out to Syed at the top of the key. Kind of forcing a pass to Tyler Robinson. Tries to go behind the back, and he gets fouled in the process. Foul's called on number 24, Sam Silk. Not a shooting foul, so Ashland is going to inbound here.
And reporting in for the Ashland Clockers is Andrew Clay, number 52. Andrew's had a pretty strong match. He's had some good scores. He's had some very strong rebounds down below. We're looking forward to a strong finish for Andrew down as a forward here for the Clockers.
So Syed's three doesn't fall. Rebound by Syed, and then Terry get a jump ball. Arrow favors I thought it favored Medfield. We're going to correct it here. It's going to favor the Clockers. Clay to inbound for the Clockers.
Yeah, good aggressive play with Matt Terry and Nick Gangimi from Medfield, and that was just a jump ball.
Rosoff had the shot, doesn't fall. Rebound Medfield, and now it looks like Josh Syed's going to get called on the foul. A little too aggressive on defense there. That's his second foul. So Medfield will bring the ball up here with 5:55 to go in the game. They're up 62-20. Medfield working it around the perimeter here. Some really tight defense by Tyler Robinson. Ball gets kicked over to the wing. Now driving the lane and then kicking back out. It's a soft running one-hander. Doesn't fall, but rebound Medfield. Kicking back out to the wing and then back to the top of the key. That's Lysiandra. He's got the three. He takes it. Can't get it to fall. Rosoff with the rebound. Don't often see a guard, but that was a deep rebound.
Very strong. Very strong zone defense there on the side of the Clockers. It was good to see them hold it firm at the key. Nice shot on Adam Rosoff. Adam Rosoff, strong two-pointer.
Showed strength in 3 different components there between dribbling, driving, and shooting, and just a great combination.
Absolutely, great play.
Sy continues to try and draw the charge, but I think this one's going to go against him. That's the case. That's his third, a quick third foul here for Syed in the fourth quarter.
I want to see more of that from the Clockers. You know, strong defense.
More fouling?
No.
That doesn't sound like you at all.
Strong zone defense, prevent the score, strong offense, score the basket. I mean, that's what they're capable of doing. They just have to stay They just they just have to stay committed to their own game.
So Chase Coughlin inbounding here for the Big Blue. Tight defense by Robinson. Here's a three-point attempt off the mark. Ball is loose, but rebounded by Medfield. Now at the top of the key is Sean Watts. Again, heavy pressure from Tyler Robinson. Double team momentarily by the Clockers. Ball goes out of bounds on the far sideline. Turnover here favoring the Clockers. They'll inbound. This is Josh Syed on the far sideline. He'll inbound to Quincy Carter. So again, glad to have you with us, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube here on WACA-TV. Josh and Gabby Abrams calling the action for you this afternoon. Freshman basketball, Ashlyn Medfield. There's a nice defensive play by Syed. He couldn't quite keep it in bounds, but great effort hustling for the ball and falling out of bounds. And we get a stoppage here, and we're going to get some substitutions. As I see Batsis, Kulaga, Parsha all coming into the game right now for the Clockers. Here's an inbound pass over to Sean Watts. He'll set things up as it looks like the Clockers are in a man-to-man defense. Watts drives the lane and gets the hoop. 64-22 Medfield with just over 4 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, Quincy Carter bringing up the ball for the Clocker offense. We'll see what they're going to do with this, with the change of offensive lineup.
Ball off Batsis' hands. We get a turnover. It'll be Medfield ball. And just a reminder, folks, this is just the first game of an unprecedented triple header here on WACA-TV. You're watching freshman basketball. We've got JV coming up at 5, followed by varsity at 6:30. Josh Syed with a great defensive play in transition. He's got Carter if he can see him. He's driving the lane, stops, pops, fires, and scores.
Absolutely. Great job, Josh Syed. A great steal and a great basket. 64-24, 3:37 to go in the game.
Carter almost forces a turnover with some aggressive D in the backcourt. Great job by Quincy. Some extra steps not called, but Syed with the ball underneath gets the rebound. He's going to bring it up himself. They're really forcing the tempo here, going up tempo, Gab. Syed kicks it back outside. Give and go. Takes the shot, and it falls. A beautiful basket. That's a 2. We were kind of screened on that play. He was right around the line, but that's a 2-pointer.
It was 3. A 2-pointer, yeah, absolutely. That's one of the toughest shots in basketball, and Josh Syed played it beautifully,
Sean Watts driving the lane and gets the rim, gets the hoop. So 66-26 with just under 3 to go in the fourth quarter.
Nice to see the Clockers score strongly at the end of this game. I know they want to end strong and really feel good about the way they end this game, especially as a last home game of a very short, abbreviated season.
Good. We got a whistle in the backcourt as Big Blue charged with carrying.
Got Ruth Sharma coming back in for the Clockers, substituting for Josh Syed.
And I saw Roman Schoenfeld just take a seat on the bench. Not sure who replaced him, but got at least a fresh body out there for Big Blue with about 2.5 to go in the game. Carter looking to make something happen here. There's a 3-ball attempt off the front of the rim. Rebound by Sean Watts, and he's going to go fast break here, trying to get past Kulaga. There's a turnover. Parsha had it, but it goes out of bounds. It'll be midfield ball, but some really great defense. And again, it's a 40-point deficit right now, Gab, but I have to remark about the effort being put out here at both ends of the floor by the Clockers.
Absolutely. Strong, aggressive. No, a lot of fight.
Yep.
A lot of effort, a lot of fight. Not giving up. Absolutely not giving up. Really, really great effort. Good aggression.
Okay, a little defensive mix-up there for the Clockers, and William Berglund for 2 underneath the basket. Parsha thought about the 3, picks back up, passes intercepted by Berglund. Make that George, and Kulaga hustling back on defense. Turnover by Medfield. It'll be Clocker ball with just under 2 to go in the fourth quarter. Carter bringing the ball up and setting things up for the Clockers.
See what they do here towards the end of this match. See if they really take the time to set up their offense the way they know how to set up their offense. I know that they've got some really, really good height at the bottom of the key at this point. Stand tall, pass the ball, wait for the good play.
Okay, less than 10 on the clock. I'm not sure if they were aware of it. Carter dekes it, drives, fires. No good. Rebound Kulaga. That hasn't reset the clock. It did reset the clock, and it should have because it never reached the rim. but Medfield winds up with the ball, and now they're fast breaking down the far side, then resetting, pulling it back up, slowing things down with 1:14 to go in the game. Here's Ryan Deegan with the ball at the top of the key. He's not afraid to fire from there, but he drives here. Ball's loose, rebound by the Clockers. That's Arush Sharman with the rebound and pushing ahead to Carter, who's going to drive against much bigger bodies. Ball goes out of bounds off Medfield. It'll be Clocker ball under the basket.
Under a minute to go in this game.
So in addition to all this basketball, of course, we'll have boys ice hockey tomorrow night here on WACA-TV. Start time is 7:10 p.m. There's a nice basket by Kulaga. Go ahead, Cam.
Absolutely, I think a great pass, great sense of where Kulaga was on the part of Batsis, and nice way to finish it off on Matt Kulaga's part.
Okay, so under 40 seconds to go in the game. Medfield up 68-28. I think they're just going to play shot clock here a little bit. This is Sean Watts with the ball. Some pressure from Carter, who gets screened. Fights it off. Carter, the great defensive play. Ball goes out of bounds. It's off Medfield. Both players a little slow to get up. And that Sean Watts is able to walk it off. Carter, too. So this is going to be Kulaga inbounding for the Clockers. 21.6 seconds to go. There's no shot clock.
These teams are tired, Josh. They're really tired. They've worked really hard. Quincy anticipated that really well, but it took a lot out of him.
Arush for three, just off the mark. Rebound, Medfield. And they'll probably just dribble it out here with under 10 seconds to go in the game.
10 seconds to go.
And there's the buzzer. That's a final. So from Clockertown, Medfield 68, Clockers 28 here on WACA-TV. Tough break here for the Clockers, but again, not for a lack of effort, Gab.
What a pleasure it was to watch these two teams play. You know, when I think about the fact that these two teams are freshmen in high school, this is the way that they're celebrating the end of their freshman season, their first year of their high school in a year of COVID. I couldn't be more proud to watch them play and to be a part of their first year of athletic adventure as student athletes. So very, very cool to be a part of this and to have a front row seat today. So thanks for being courageous enough to let me sit beside you with your experience and my lack thereof. So this has been great.
No, it's great to have you with us, and congratulations again on your first ever broadcast. You did a great job, Gab. I'm really proud of you. And certainly want to thank all of you for watching today. Again, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, watching us here on WACA-TV. I want to say, again, a great big thank you to Chase Abrams on camera, to Connor Donovan. And I think we had Tom Harrison here as well. So thanks to all of them. Thanks to all of you. Stay tuned. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll have the JV version of this game, JV for Medfield versus Ashland. You're watching us here on WACA-TV, the exclusive home for Ashland High School sports.
Congratulations, both teams and families.